Chapter 1. The Beginning. Once upon a time in a small village, there lived a young orphan boy named Ricky. With no parents to look after him, Ricky grew up in the local orphanage, dreaming of a better life. Despite the challenges he faced, Ricky never lost his optimism and determination to make something of himself. One day, as Ricky was wandering through the village fair, he stumbled upon a cotton candy stand. The sweet aroma of spun sugar and the colorful display of fluffy pink clouds caught his attention. Intrigued, Ricky approached the stall and struck up a conversation with the elderly vendor, Mrs. Jenkins. Mrs. Jenkins was a kind-hearted soul who had been running the cotton candy stand for decades. She saw a spark in Ricky's eyes and decided to teach him the art of making cotton candy. Ricky quickly learned the delicate techniques of spinning sugar and shaping it into fluffy treats that delighted children and adults alike. As Ricky worked alongside Mrs. Jenkins, he discovered a passion for creating something sweet and enchanting out of humble ingredients. Day by day, his skills improved, and the reputation of their cotton candy stand grew. Soon, people from neighboring villages started to visit specifically for Ricky's delectable creations. Despite his difficult past, Ricky found solace and joy in making cotton candy. The simple act of transforming sugar into something beautiful brought a sense of purpose and fulfillment to his life. With each stick of cotton candy he sold, Ricky's confidence and self-belief grew stronger. Word of Ricky's exceptional cotton candy spread far and wide, attracting the attention of a renowned entrepreneur from the city. Impressed by Ricky's talent and entrepreneurial spirit, the entrepreneur offered to help him expand his business and reach a wider audience. Ricky was hesitant at first, unsure if he was ready for such a big opportunity, but Mrs. Jenkins encouraged him to seize the chance to fulfill his dreams. As the sun set over the village fair, Ricky made a life-changing decision. With a heart full of hope and determination, he bid farewell to Mrs. Jenkins and the familiar sights of his childhood. Embarking on a new adventure, Ricky set out to conquer the world of cotton candy and carve a path to his own success. Little did Ricky know, the sweet journey ahead would lead him to unimaginable heights and transform him from a humble orphan into the richest person in the land, all because of his passion for spinning sugar into dreams. Chapter 2. The Entrepreneurial Spirit. Ricky arrived in the bustling city with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. The sights and sounds of the urban landscape overwhelmed him, but deep down, he knew that this was the place where his dreams could truly take flight. With the entrepreneur's guidance, Ricky set up his own cotton candy business in a busy market square, eager to introduce his unique creations to a new audience. The city dwellers were initially skeptical of the young orphan boy peddling cotton candy on the streets. However, Ricky's infectious enthusiasm and unwavering dedication soon won them over. His creative flavors and innovative presentation captured the hearts and taste buds of the urban crowd, earning him a loyal following of customers who couldn't get enough of his magical treats. As the seasons changed and the city buzzed with festivals and events, Ricky's cotton candy business flourished. He experimented with new flavors and designs, pushing the boundaries of traditional cotton candy and adding a touch of his own creativity to each creation. From sparkling unicorn swirls to exotic fruit-infused clouds, Ricky's cotton candy became the talk of the town. The entrepreneur, impressed by Ricky's drive and talent, helped him secure a prime location in a prestigious shopping district. Ricky's cotton candy boutique quickly became a must-visit destination for tourists and locals alike, drawing crowds with its whimsical displays and mouth-watering delicacies. With each passing day, Ricky's confidence soared as he realized the potential of his humble cotton candy to bring joy and magic to people's lives. Despite his newfound success, Ricky never forgot his roots or the lessons he had learned from Mrs. Jenkins back in the village. He remained humble and grateful for the opportunities that had come his way, always remembering the kindness and generosity that had shaped his journey from orphan to entrepreneur. Ricky made it a point to give back to his community, supporting local charities and orphanages to help other children like himself reach for their dreams. As the city lights twinkled around him, and the sweet fragrance of cotton candy filled the air, Ricky knew that he was living his dream. With each stick of spun sugar he sold, Ricky was not just making a living, he was spreading hope, inspiration, and a little bit of magic to everyone who tasted his creations. The boy who had once been alone in the world had found a family in the people who surrounded him, all brought together by the simple joy of cotton candy. Chapter 3: The Challenges of Success. As Ricky's cotton candy business continued to thrive in the city, he encountered new challenges that tested his resilience and determination. The demands of managing a growing enterprise and meeting the expectations of his expanding customer base weighed heavily on his young shoulders. Long hours of hard work and relentless dedication took their toll, and Ricky found himself struggling to balance his personal life with the demands of his flourishing business. Amidst the hustle and bustle of city life, Ricky often found himself reminiscing about his simpler days in the village, where time moved at a gentler pace and the sense of community was strong. Despite his success, a sense of loneliness crept into his heart, reminding him of the family he had lost and the sacrifices he had made along the way. One day, while taking a rare moment of respite in a quiet park, Ricky met a wise old man named Samuel. Samuel was a retired businessman who had seen his fair share of success and setbacks in life. Intrigued by Ricky's story, Samuel struck up a conversation with the young entrepreneur and offered him sage advice born from years of experience. "Success is not just about wealth and recognition," Samuel said, his voice soft but filled with wisdom. "It is also about finding balance, staying true to yourself, and never losing sight of what truly matters in life." Ricky listened intently to Samuel's words, feeling a sense of kinship with the older man despite their different paths. He realized that in his pursuit of success, he had neglected his own well-being and overlooked the importance of nurturing relationships and taking care of his own happiness. With Samuel's guidance, Ricky began to reassess his priorities and make changes to restore balance in his life. He delegated responsibilities within his business, allowing himself more time for rest and recreation. He reached out to old friends and made new connections, rekindling the sense of community that had sustained him through his darkest days. As Ricky found solace in reconnecting with the simple joys of life outside of work, a renewed sense of purpose filled his heart. He understood that true success was not measured by material wealth alone, but by the impact he had on others and the fulfillment he found in living authentically. Armed with a newfound perspective and a deeper appreciation for the journey he had undertaken, Ricky set out to face the future with renewed vigor and resilience. The challenges that once seemed insurmountable now appeared as opportunities for growth and self-discovery, guiding him towards a greater understanding of what it truly meant to be successful. Chapter 4: Legacy of Love. As Ricky's cotton candy empire continued to flourish with a newfound sense of balance and purpose, he realized that his journey from orphan to entrepreneur had come full circle. The once lonely boy who had yearned for a sense of belonging now found himself surrounded by a loving community of friends, supporters, and loyal customers who had become like family to him. Inspired by the lessons he had learned and the generosity he had received along his path to success, Ricky decided to pay it forward in the most meaningful way possible. He used his resources and influence to establish a foundation dedicated to supporting orphanages and underprivileged children, giving them the same opportunities for growth and fulfillment that he had been blessed with. Through his foundation, Ricky provided scholarships, mentorship programs, and educational resources to children in need, empowering them to pursue their dreams and create a brighter future for themselves. He also partnered with local organizations to improve access to basic necessities and healthcare services for vulnerable communities, spreading hope and kindness wherever his influence reached. Ricky's philanthropic efforts did not go unnoticed, and soon his foundation became a beacon of light in the city, attracting support from like-minded individuals and businesses who shared his vision of creating a more compassionate and inclusive society. Together they worked tirelessly to make a positive impact on the lives of those who needed it most, embodying the spirit of generosity and unity that Ricky had come to hold dear. As the years passed and Ricky's legacy of love and giving flourished, he reflected on the remarkable journey that had led him to this point. From the humble beginnings of a boy selling cotton candy in a village fair to becoming the richest person in the land, Ricky understood that true wealth was not measured in material possessions, but in the lives he had touched and the hearts he had uplifted along the way. With a heart full of gratitude and a spirit of boundless generosity, Ricky knew that his legacy would endure long after he was gone, inspiring others to follow in his footsteps and make a difference in the world. And as he looked out over the city skyline, his eyes sparkling with pride and contentment, Ricky knew that the sweetest success was not in the riches he had amassed, but in the love he had shared and the lives he had transformed with a simple stick of cotton candy.